All right, we are rolling out live on YouTube right now as I speak. I hope everybody's having a great week. And in the US, I hope you're getting ready for a great holiday weekend here for Labor Day. I always screw those up with Memorial Day for some reason. I keep flipping the two. But I hope you're all having a great day. We're quickly sharing this across social media as everybody kind of starts rolling in. It's been an absolutely beautiful week here in Texas. I bet many people are starting to see school roll out again. Is everybody back at school? I know Michigan used to have a rule you couldn't do it until after Labor Day, but this year it seems like all my friends in Michigan, their kids started school already. When I was a kid, that would have never happened before Labor Day. So, post your comments down here. Let me know. Kenneth, Mason, Teresa, Map Guy, Jimmy, it's good to see you all here. The notification team rolling in. All right, one last place to share this on Facebook. Yes, Map Guy asked, do I know about the two new PlayStation View channels? Yes, I actually posted about that. If you go to corecarsnews.com, I have a complete breakdown. It's actually multiple. It's the ESPN Classic or ESPN College Extra channel, which basically takes some of the regional sports ones like the network for ACC network, the ones that air regionally, and then airs it over online. I have a full list of all the games you will be able to watch through that on corecarsnews.com. One of the first 4 or 5 stories there, so check that out. Hello, Bill. Hello, Dean. Oh, and the other channel. So yeah, ESPN College Sports Extra, and then you have the PlayStation featured creators, whatever. It's basically they're team up a bunch of independent movie makers and then have a bunch of content on demand there. Can I turn my microphone volume up? No volume. Oh, okay. Let me look at this real quick. All right, microphone. All right. All right, well, let's see here if I can find a way to do this. Uh-oh, do we have a problem? Hopefully you can all hear me. Okay. Some people say they can hear me fine, some people cannot. Let me do this. Let me do this. Audio. Is this any better? Hopefully it is. I can. Here we go. How about this for a little bit better volume? Let me know what you think. If this is a little bit better for everybody out there. All right, everybody. People say I sound great. Maybe. Some people say I sound low. Not sure why that would be. It's pretty much the same settings I've always had. I'm just not sure how to mess with that. Microphone. So, I don't know. We'll have to figure this out later. I will try to speak up a little bit and try to get it out there. So, let's dive into the Q&As. So, better. All right, loud and clear. Sorry about that. Not sure why the volume is so low. I'll have to play around with that. I did have a hard drive failure. So, right here is the hard drive that used to be in my computer. And this contains every single post, every single YouTube video I've made, every single everything, every image on Core Cars News is right on this hard drive. And this, without warning, just stopped working this week. Thankfully, not an ad, not a paid ad, but Carbonite went out and thankfully backed up everything. So I was able to quickly download everything and have it all right there, which is great. So if you have a computer, these things can fail at any time, and have Carbonite. Highly recommend you have Carbonite. It is a great service, and definitely it saved my butt a few times, and once again was able to restore everything, though it's probably going to take a day or two for everything fully download. So not a paid ad, just wanted to throw that out there that, hey, Carbonite's pretty darn cool. Make sure you get it. All right. Hey, so if you have a question, post it down in the comments here on YouTube, and I will do my best to answer all your related questions. So, what webcam do I use? I'm actually not using a webcam. I'm using a Sony video camera. And what I use is their HDMI out, and then I have an HDMI a USB HDMI capture from Magwell, and that takes that data, puts it in here, and then allows me to do it. So check that out. Do I use a premium IPTV service? Well, usually if a service calls themselves IPTV, they're typically not legal. I do use like Sling TV, DirecTV Now, Hulu, and more. Those are all great options out there. Any idea if TiVo OTA will work with 3.0? The current TiVo DVRs will not work with 3.0. Will they have some type of upgrade in the future? Probably, but for now they don't. All right. If you have any questions, post it on down. Below, I'll do my best. Is there a way out to out the news? Judy, I'm not sure if I understand your question. If you could re-ask it, let me know. Just give me a little bit more details. I'll do my best to help you. This is a mic. This is actually a side microphone. This one's designed to be used for the side of it. All right. I think if I did not answer your question, re-ask it, and I'll do my best to answer them. Jimmy says he just bought a 65-inch TCL 5 Series. Very excited when it arrives. Yeah, they're great TVs. I would highly recommend it. I got a 5 Series, I got a 6 Series, and I love both. Would I recommend a Google Chromebook for college? Yeah, I think most things you can get away with. If all you're looking for is to take notes and type up term papers, the Google's Documents is great. There's even a Word online version now for Google Chrome for Word, which works really well. I had a Google Chromebook for quite some time. I used it to run the site. Recently left it though to go back to a Windows laptop just because I wanted the ability to use some video editing software, and that Chromebook didn't support. But I really like Chromebooks. They're really great, and I would recommend it if you're on a budget. Especially a Chromebook is an excellent option out there. How can I get locals with DirecTV Now if I'm too far from the city that offers DirecTV Now offers locals? Well, Sean, if they don't offer locals in your market for DirecTV Now, you may want to look into Hulu, YouTube TV, PlayStation View, and more. The other thing is, of course, maybe check out an antenna. Just because you have DirecTV Now does not mean you don't need to go and maybe get an antenna. So I would recommend you try that out, see if it works for you. But yeah, antenna, and if DirecTV Now is not giving you locals in your market, maybe try one of the other services and see if they do. They all offer free trials, so take advantage of them and see if it offers what you want. I need to do 2 shows a week for the recap. Martin, we thought about expanding our weekly recap show. It's definitely on our horizon right now. So keep an eye out on it. Is VidGo a no-go? So VidGo was announced quite a few years ago, a couple years ago, and ever since then they've just been saying, hey, we're coming. VidGo is in the works, and I just checked their website and they still say they're coming. So will VidGo launch? What is VidGo? Well, VidGo is a live TV streaming service that is meant to compete with Sling TV and PlayStation View. Back when they were going to launch, they would have been the 3rd streaming service. And for the last 2 years, they say they're coming. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Steve asks, do I think that streaming is quickly becoming expensive as cable? And at that point, will it still not offer all the channels as cable? I don't think it's nearly as expensive as cable. Cable for TV alone averages over $100 a month for just TV. And that's just the average. A lot of people pay even more than that. So I would keep an eye on... Keep an eye that you're not oversubscribing, but no, cord cutting is still by far, far, far cheaper than cable TV. Cameron says, I called an Optimum and asked if I could use my brother's cable providers. They said the responsibility is on him for security reasons. Technically, you could. Just be warned that someday they could come and crack down on you, and then you'd be out of luck. if it just stops working one day. Is YouTube TV close to the deal with HDTV? We have absolutely no clue. They haven't said anything. They haven't done anything to suggest that they're even in talks with Discovery for HDTV. Do you think PlayStation View ever get Pac-12 or Viacom? We don't know. PlayStation View has very rarely ever come out and said, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we plan to be doing, and so on. It's very possible they could. It's very equally possible they'll never add the Pac-12 network. We don't know. All right. What's your thoughts on the changes to DirecTV Now's DVR that have been recently announced? Did I miss something? Was there an announcement about DirecTV Now DVR? Somebody sent me a link. So today, I'm going to look at the news. That's 24 hours. I don't see any announcements on DirecTV Now. What changes came for DirecTV Now DVR in the last few days? Mary says, you announced that DirecTV Now will be adding an ESN network. I announced that they had listed it on their website for about a day or so. DirecTV Now listed in ESN as one of the channels that they would be offering when you use the lookup tool. They've since removed it, and we're just kind of waiting to see what they do. It's possible it's still coming, that they'll add it. It's possible they won't. They had all the markets. Sorry, all the markets were correct, and yeah, for now, we'll have to wait and see what happens. If they'll keep it or not. Sean says he was asked about DirecTV Now dropping the 100 hour for the beta testers. Yeah, so nothing official happened with the DirecTV Now DVR. All they've announced is that the people who had the beta at the end of this week will be dropped from 100 hours if you had early beta access down to 20 hours like everybody else. A lot of people surmise that possibly that means that we're getting close to the add-on option for new DVR coming soon. But for now, we just don't know if that will happen or not. So keep an eye on it. There's nothing set in stone that's guaranteeing that. Why did DirecTV Now lose the BEIN channels? Bean, however you say that. Basically, there's a contract dispute. They're asking for a price hike. DirecTV Now say no. I think I heard a couple other cable networks have also recently dropped that sports network because of they wanted more money. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, Greg, all you're talking about with DirecTV Now's DVR is all speculation. Nothing has been officially announced. Well, it's reasonable to assume that, we're getting close to the DVR launching with multiple tiers and so forth for add-ons. Nothing officially has been announced. What other services offer BEIN Sports? Sling TV and Fubo TV both offer it. I don't believe any other services offer that sports network, but somebody comment if I'm wrong. I don't know. Let me know. Will cable companies ever stop equipment rentals? Possibly, but not anytime soon, because equipment rentals are crazy profitable for them. So they're going to try to milk that cow as long as they can, and we'll see what happens. Donald says he's in the market for a 75 per inch plus 4K TV. Is it worth waiting until the 3.0 finally rolls out, or will most current hardware work 3.0? Most current hardware will not work with 3.0, but I can't promise you any TVs will have it anytime soon. What we do know is there'll be like a little HDMI stick you could plug in your TV to get 3.0. So I wouldn't say, wait a year. Maybe if you're really willing to wait until CES next year, and maybe we'll get some announced. Maybe we won't, but we'll wait and see what's happening there. Luke, could Verizon face an FTC fine for throttling fire departments? I'm honestly not sure about that. I'm not familiar with the contract is on that. Probably not, but it's very possible. Any news on NFL Sunday Ticket getting expanded for DirecTV Now commercials? Yeah, so Core Carders News broke this story recently. DirecTV Now in select markets now offers NFL Sunday Ticket. It's very few off markets. Why those markets? I don't know. Will it expand? It's hard to say. It just launched like a week ago. It's hard to imagine them launching it a week ago and then suddenly rolling it out to even more markets, but it's very possible. All right. If you have a question, post in the comments. Do cord cutters hardware like Tableau go on sale for Black Friday? It's very possible. Often there's a lot of cord cutting deals for Black Friday. Streaming sticks, DVRs, and TVs and more. It's not unheard of at all. Can you use Philo to log into apps like the History Channel? Yes, Philo does allow you to log into select network apps. Off the top of my head, though, I'm not certain if the History Channel is one of them. So keep that in mind. Any idea why I can't DVR through my DirecTV Now premium account for HBO and Showtime? It's just not included. I think Hulu is the only one that includes DVRing. DirecTV Now uses on demand for their HBO stuff. So you have to just wait for it to come out in the on demand, which is usually pretty quick. Hey, RG, as they always say, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Is VRV a legal service? So yes, VRV is a streaming service owned by AT&T now. They recently bought. They've always invested in it, but from my understanding, they've recently bought a majority control, at least, of it. And yes, it is a legal streaming service. Does the current Showtime deal work on? I'm not sure working on what, but there is a Showtime deal. It's for directly through Showtime though, so you need to subscribe to it through the Showtime streaming app. All right. Hey, if you have a question, keep posting them, and I'll do my best to answer them. Don't forget, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're right here. And you should be up to a better start than me trying to figure out why my microphone is not as loud as it should be. So just keep that in. But we're here to help you get the most out of your cord cutting experience. We do weekly recap shows. We do how-to guides, reviews, and more, all right here on our YouTube channel. Also, check us out at cordcardsnews.com, where we post 6, 7, 8, or more times a day sometimes with tons of content. So keep that in mind. Steve, will ESPN Plus be getting NBA or NFL games? Definitely probably not NFL games anytime soon. NBA games, highly unlikely because the rights of those are sold to many other ones. So keep that in mind. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring additional content, like maybe documentaries and other stuff, to ESPN Plus. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Any timeline when DirecTV Now will offer pay-per-view? I don't know. Sling TV offers pay-per-view. You don't even have to be a customer. You just need an account, and you can subscribe to pay-per-view on Sling TV. So I would check that out if you're waiting. Mike, I've never heard of that service. I'm not familiar with it at all. Luke, any updates on new Roku TVs? Just today, JVC announced that they're going to start selling TVs with Roku built in. We probably won't get a new line of like high-end TCLs or anything until CES next year, which is only a couple months away. Does Roku have offer a browser? No, Roku does not have a direct official browser to surf the web. ESPN Plus doesn't work on the Apple TV. Some ESPN, I thought it's on the Fire TV. It's on the Roku. It's on the Apple or Android TV. So you tell me if you install the ESPN app, there's no ESPN Plus support there. Somebody else let me know. Do I use a MyBox or a MeBox? I guess you would pronounce it. I do own a MeBox. It's not my primary Android. I primarily use the NVIDIA Shield, but yeah, I do have it. It sits in my office. It's right next to all of our other review units. If I want to record local TVs, which device should I get? There's several great DVR options. The Stream Plus from Channel Master, Tableau DVRs, TiVo, and the Air TV are probably the top 4 easiest to use devices to become for DVR. If you have a media center in your house, a media server, you don't want to look like Plex, but for just a dedicated box, all it does is DVRing, Tableau, TiVo, Channel Master, and the Air TV. Why does Hulu not have an app for Android? They say it's coming. They keep saying it's coming. Raymond, any news on the 5G rollout for 5G home internet? Not at this time. Nothing new in the last week. Hopefully the next week or two, we should start getting some more details. Edward says he thinks that B/R streaming service will have the NBA, but it's a pay service version. Yeah, the BR streaming service, all they're doing is they're reselling the NBA League Pass. Sling TV does this too, where you can get NBA League Pass, But you subscribe to it through Sling TV, and they manage your payment and everything. It's all right there. So yeah, the BR is another option, but it's nothing you won't get. It's everything you get there is what you would get through the NBA League Pass. Map Guy says, why does PlayStation View not have the CW network? They haven't struck a deal to carry it. Something tells me they have it in a few markets, but I may be confusing it. But yeah, they need to strike a deal to carry it. What's the best box that streams on Wi-Fi? The Video Shield, the Mi Box, Apple, Roku's Fire TVs, they all stream great on Wi-Fi. Which one you like is kind of a personal opinion, to be honest with you. Is DirecTV Now going to add regional sports networks soon? I'm paying too much for no Fox Sports West. DirecTV Now includes regional sports like Fox Sports, but you need at least the second plan up. The the $50 plan or something like that. The second highest plan and up carries regional sports networks. If you don't pay for that one, you're not getting it. All right, any recommendations for a decent internet in rural area? That really depends where you are. It's hard for me to say because internet providers are very specific to your location. So keep an eye, shop around if cable is not available. Problem is when you live in very rural areas, often your options are limited, unfortunately. So hopefully you have other options, but unfortunately, I just don't know what they are. Any news on T-Mobile's plans for a streaming service? No, they say by the end of the year they still intend to launch their new live TV streaming service. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Why doesn't Hulu Live have the CW? Hulu does have the CW in select markets, very, very few ones. But yes, it is there. Hopefully more soon. Edwards, I'm not sure if 11 Sports includes KH, the Russian Hockey League. I don't know. Sorry. Is the Roku 3 still good? Yeah, if you have a Roku 3, it's doing everything you want. It's great. It's a great HD player. It does not have 4K, but it's a good HD player. Pretty much does everything. Supports all the current apps. T-Mobile. All right. If you have a question, post in the comments. I may have missed it. Tons of new people. So great to see so many people here. Core Cars News, we post videos all the time here with reviews, how-to guides, weekly recap shows giving you the best core cutting coverage out there. But we're also over at corecarsnews.com. That's a majority of our content's over there, where we do news stories on core cutting sometimes 6, 7, 8 or more times a day. So check it out, corecarsnews.com. Is the Roku One still good? Roku One's definitely starting to show its age. Some newer apps aren't supporting it. You may want to look at upgrading to the Roku Express. It's a $29.99 device. Works great and offers you everything you want. For a basic HD stream player. Is the Roku Express worth it? I think so, especially the 2017 model. It's very aggressive price point at $29.99, and it does a really good job for HD streaming. All right. Besides YouTube TV, any other streaming app, Rewind Live TV? I want to say Hulu does. This PlayStation View does have some Rewind of Live TV. And Sling TV does on select channels. What happened to Set TV? They got sued for copyright infringement. And they shut down. Look at your opinion. Would you get HD Home Run Premium TV for $35 for the basic channels, or get Sling for $10 less and you get on the go? That really depends. Which one do you like? Which one has the channels you want? These questions are like, would this service be better than that service? Really is a personal question. It may have the channels you want, and then I say go for it. If it doesn't have the channels you want, maybe get something different. Do your research. Go over to corecarsnews.com. At the top, I have the beginner's guide to cord cutting. Right there's a guide that says how to watch cable channels without cable, and you'll find a full side-by-side breakdown there. Check it out. Is Spotify and Roku? I don't think so right now. It was, and then they pulled it. Hopefully it comes back. Fingers crossed. Yeah, YouTube TV is still rolling out. It's in most areas in the United States now, but not all. All right, keep those questions coming. Any updates in the Disney streaming service? Nothing new that we have announced. The CEO of Disney called it the Disney Play service. Be warned, sometimes these services get like a code name or a nickname people use while they're in development, and then before it goes launched, they get like a PR friendly name. So it may not actually be called Disney Play, but for now the CEO is referring to it as Disney Play. So just keep it in mind. Ricky says, is AT&T Watch going to be, and then it gets cut off. Ricky, re-ask that question. Let me know the rest of it. Is YouTube TV and Philo should merge. Perfect setup. I wouldn't expect them to merge, but yeah, they're not a bad option if you want to pay for both. Hulu is sadly not available in the United States. It's really, or outside the United States. It's really just in the United States. There was a Japanese version. They sold it off. I think it still uses the same name, but it's not owned by Hulu anymore. Is AT&T Watch going to be available to non-AT&T customers? Yes, I'm a non-AT&T customer. I have AT&T Watch. It's $15 a month through the website. Anything new in the Boomerang streaming service? No, it's live. It's got tons of classic cartoons like the Jetsons and the Flintstones and more. Keep in mind. Jigsaw, why did Roku remove the M3U player? Copyright complaints. Received too many copyright infringement claims, so it got removed. All right. Why are some Roku apps not updated as polished as on some other platforms? Depends. Most Roku apps have the exact same user interface, Netflix, Hulu, etc., and all others. Roku has some updated user interfaces that other platforms don't have. So it really depends. For instance, Sling TV rolls out their user interface first on Roku. PlayStation View sometimes does theirs on either the PlayStation or the Apple TV first. So it really depends on the app. We'll have to wait and see. Does Hallmark streaming service play current content? No, the Hallmark streaming service usually has back catalog stuff. You can get the current stuff by subscribing to Hallmark through PlayStation View, DirecTV Now, Sling TV, etc. So just keep that in mind. Roku should make more themes. They do have a couple for sale, but yeah, they don't have a huge catalog of themes out there. Any word on the History Channel is coming to PlayStation View. We have not heard anything about it. Don't hold your breath. So, but yeah, they did add over 200 locals, ABC, Fox, and NBC locals this week. So just keep it in mind. Why did Roku remove the products from Mexico? Roku removed the products because the Mexican courts ordered them to stop selling them there. Roku wasn't actually sued, but somebody created a third-party app that ran on Roku through the unofficial channel add-on thing. They got sued by a cable company down in Mexico, and that cable company won, and then the courts ruled that Roku's had to cease selling in Mexico, which is why Roku has been aggressively going after piracy and trying to clean up all that kind of stuff to kind of attract more attention that way. Next is Shudder. What is the best horror sci-fi streaming service out there? So I'm going to throw this out to all the readers out there. If you're looking for horror and sci-fi content, what streaming service other than Shudder would you recommend? Leave me a comment down here and I'll do my best to answer them. Any news on Fox Nation? Fox Nation is a new streaming service from Fox, so I'll include additional programming there. Nothing new. They do have a website. If you Google Fox Nation, you can find it, and there you can subscribe to their newsletter to be able to get more details. The Hallmark is really great to go through older movies. Yeah, the Hallmark Channel streaming service has a ton of back catalog stuff from the Hallmark. Would an indoor antenna be a good option for me? I live in a basement. Probably not in a basement, but you can try it. Basements are typically not the best place for an antenna, but if you can you have a window where you can put the antenna up next to, see what happens. DJ says, now that DirecTV Now is removing the 100-hour DVR storage for beta testers, when will the new DVR tiers and pricing be available? We just don't know when DirecTV Now is going to do that. Hopefully soon. We'll have to wait and see. All right. Keep the questions coming. I'll do my best to answer them. All right. Joe is correct. The Hallmark streaming service does not include the live feed of the Hallmark channel. You need to subscribe to like DirecTV Now, PlayStation View, Sling TV, etc. to get that. Hey, real quick, we're at about the halfway mark. I'm gonna play a quick 30-second ad. Some people see it, some people won't. Helps pay the bills. Helps me keep a business. Hey, for everybody else here, hey, thanks for your support. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. It's a huge help to us. We would really appreciate it. And we'll do our best to help you get the most out of your cord cutting experience. All right, so just a few more seconds. We'll have everybody who had to see an ad come back, but we'll jump into it. If you're here, don't forget to ask your questions. If I don't answer it, re-ask it because it just means I missed your question. But let's jump in. Would a Mohu Airwave antenna work better than most other indoor antennas? Is picking up locals. Mohu Airwave, I think, is a great line of antennas. I say check it out if you really want that feature. It's not bad at all. Is it better than others? It's good. It's definitely one of the better antennas of those type. But I can't say it's better, like a head and shoulders better than anything. Any thoughts on the TCL Roku TVs? Thinking of one versus Samsung. I have several TCL Roku TVs. I have the new 6 series in my living room. I bought some on my own pockets. And I would say, yeah, the TCL series of Roku TVs are great. The Roku integration is excellent too. Are Roku and JVC friends? Well, they just announced that Roku and JVC are now, JVC will be making Roku branded TVs through the JVC line. So yeah, they're partnering up there. Hello, Brian. So yeah, so I think also the new 6 series from TCL, their 6 ones, are probably the best sub $1,000 TVs in the market right now. Why are those? Jigsaw, I don't understand your questions. I don't understand your question about Roku remote. Why those Rokus not work with other remotes? Roku does work with several universal remotes like the Harmony, etc. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking. Any information about Haystack TV, the new streaming service? It's just a news. It collects news from all over the places. I've talked about it in the past. It's okay. It's a legal streaming service. Why do you lose some channels when you upgrade DirecTV Now package? You shouldn't. It just may take them some time to realize where your new location is. Have you got a review model of the Roku soundbar and speaker yet? No, they say it's coming. So fingers crossed we'll get that soon. GMS says yes. Roku or Amazon is reportedly working on a free ad-supported streaming service. If you go to corecursnews.com, probably on the second page now, maybe at the bottom of the first page, I have a full detailed story on that. Sounds like they want to take on Crackle, Tubi, and the Roku channel by, expanding them. They've already offered free ad-supported content. It's typically been like one episode here or there where you can watch one, you can stream content and still get your movies and TV shows. You can stream the first episode of a TV show, see if you want to buy it, and try it out basically. So yeah, they already do that. They're looking to expand it. Do you think CBS will be available for streaming on DirecTV Now in markets where it's not available due to the Tribune fight? Could be. I would expect that by the end of this year, sometime in next year, most locals will be streaming online at least one or more streaming service out there. So keep it in mind. Why are some channels not offered on higher packages with DirecTV Now? Contracts, it was just, I guess, the deal that DirecTV Now was able to strike. So just keep that in mind. What I think of the NVIDIA Shield, the NVIDIA Shield is one of the best Android TV streaming services or streaming players out there. Does a great job at it. Do the newer style component antennas get reception as good as the older array antennas? In theory, they do. Of course, size with antenna does matter. So if you're comparing a smaller antenna to one of the massive ones, you can still buy those massive antennas right now. So just keep that in mind. Which has a faster interface, Roku TVs or Roku devices? It's about the same. The newer Roku TVs work about as well as a Roku Ultra does. Any pros, cons of Philo? Both are great. It really comes down to, do they have the channels you want? If they have the channels you want, you're good. My recommendations: give it a try, take advantage of the free trial, and see if you like it. Is the Dish antenna install service worth it? If you don't want to climb on your roof and you want somebody to come do it for you, Dish is one of the best options out there for that. I've had them come here to this house and do it here for a demo and was very impressed. Which service has the best program guide? Again, depends on your personal opinion. Pretty much all of them offer a traditional guide now. Sling TV is a pretty nice one. PlayStation View depends on which device you have. It has a different guide and so on. So again, take advantage of the free trials. See which ones you like, which ones is the best fit for you, and go from there. What's the difference between the Amazon Fire TV and the Roku? For the most part, they have all the same ones. Roku does have an official Roku or a YouTube channel. The Fire TV has an official Twitch channel. Both have unofficial versions of the other. Pretty much at the point where app-wise, they have pretty much everything the other does. Past that, they're very similar. I do think the Roku is a little bit more powerful, a little bit more snappy in our testing. But the Fire TV does some stuff that the Roku doesn't. It allows some side loading of Android apps, where Roku doesn't allow you to side load Android apps. But if you're just looking for Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, etc., I think you won't go wrong with either one. Did you happen to do a video for the Dish OTA and Tennis Stall? I didn't do a video, but I did do a full review over at corecarsnews.com. You type in Dish and Tennis Stall, you can see my full breakdown of them coming down here and doing the install and setting it all up, and I have a full written review of it there. Any news, new deals on Layer 3 TV? No, Layer 3 is now owned by T-Mobile, and nothing new has been announced from them. All right, keep those questions coming. Hello, Ricky. It's good to see you there from Tennessee. All right. If I haven't answered your question, it means I missed it. Re-ask it. Curious how ESPN's doing subscriber-wise. ESPN Plus, we don't know. ESPN Plus is really not necessarily a cord-cutting device or targeted service. It's really targeting sports fans because it brings you content cable subscribers can't get and cord cutters can't get. But it doesn't give you content that airs on cable. How's it doing? I don't know. It seems to be doing well enough. They seem to be really excited about it. DJ says, any news regarding BEIN Sports Connect offering a standalone subscription service now that DirecTV Now and Xfinity have dropped its channels? No, but you think that would be a logical next step for them to launch their own service if the places like AT&T and Comcast don't want to carry them. How often do you update for new channels on Tableau? About every month or two, I run a new channel scan on my Tableau or my TV just to see if a new channel or anything has changed since the last time I did it. So I would say check that out if you haven't. Dean says his second question. Any news on the congressional bill to make OTA channels free to streaming services and cable/satellite services? Yes, excuse me. There is a bill that would restore it to the pre-1990s rules, which says that cable companies and streaming services would be able to rebroadcast ABC, NBC, Fox local channels for free. It's currently just kind of sitting there, and with no timeline I've heard of it for it to be voted on. Stay-at-home dad Bates says, I did find out that HugeNet does actually now no longer have caps on their internet. Well, let me take a look at that, and I'll do some research. But I have not heard that, but I just made a note, and I will look into that. And if I've learned more, I'll make a post about it over at corecarsnews.com. Do Roku players work well with smart TVs? Yeah, you just plug them into your HDMI port, switch the input to that HDMI port, and you're all set. What Roku TV would I recommend? Pretty much any of the current models. The models currently being sold in 2018 are excellent, so I think they're all pretty great. There is very clear low, medium, and high brands. So if you're getting the base cheap one, you're getting the cheapest version out there. It's kind of like buying a Roku Express versus a Roku Ultra. How has the experience been with the Roku, with the 4 universe remote compared to the original? Well, I don't think it's as good as the original. I like the original Roku remote. I got it mostly for a review unit, and it works great for what it does. It does make it easier. If all you want is to turn on your TV and adjust your volume, you may want to look, though, at getting like a side click add-on remote. So check that out. All right, cool. If you have any questions, let me know. We have about 15 more minutes. I'm going to be answering questions, and we're going to wrap this up today. Don't forget, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. We're getting close to 32,000 subscribers already. Also, check us out over at corecarsnews.com. Link in the show notes down below, where I post daily news stories all about the world of cord cutting. Keep that in mind. Steve asks, has ESPN Plus done well subscriber-wise? We don't know. We're going to have to wait until the next quarterly earnings call from Disney, but as best we can tell, ESPN seems to be very happy with what they're doing there. What is Cloud TV Box? Cloud TV Box is just a Android box coming from the streaming service Cloud TV. It's a legal streaming service, has a collection of some content out there. I have a Sharp Roku TV and a cheap Amazon Fire TV. Both are great TVs. Yeah, they're both great, good quality TVs. Any recommendations for a good replacement remote for the NVIDIA Shield? Buying another NVIDIA Shield remote would be your best. I think the Harmony remotes work well. I just think the NVIDIA Shield remotes are good quality. If you can just get another one of those, I think it would probably be your best option. Is there anything bad about the NVIDIA Shield? They're still missing a few apps, like Philo's not on there, DirecTV Now is not on there. Increasingly, any issues with Android TV has been fixed on the NVIDIA Shield. While most Android TV apps or boxes don't have an official Amazon app, the NVIDIA Shield does. What do you think of the Apple TV remote? I'm actually not a big... The one issue I really have with the Apple TV is the remote. I'm not a fan of that touchpad. That's a personal opinion, though. I know some people who love that touchpad. I get annoyed by it. I think especially when trying to do finite things like use a keyboard, it's very, very annoying. The Apple TV hardware is pretty good. I do think it's overpriced. I think Apple would sell a ton more if they just knock off 20 or 30 bucks off that price. They'd probably still make money, and especially when you look at the sales of movies and TV shows through iTunes. But that's Apple. They want their money up front, so just keep that in mind. How do you cast your computer to a Roku? If you have Windows 10, it can cast just through that. Just enable screen mirroring in the settings, and then cast from Windows 10 to your computer like anything else. If you have Roku or if you're using Netflix or you're using YouTube, you just use the cast button and it will cast it to Netflix. It will cast it to YouTube. So keep that in mind. Tara says HugeNet no longer has data caps. They're now throttling. So they're basically throttling. So yeah, I'll look into that. I'll look into HugeNet's new terms and look at doing a post for that. Is pay IPTV legal? Usually if they call themselves IPTV, they're typically not. Maybe not always, but if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Always remember that. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Are cable cards worth it? I guess that's up to you. I'm not a fan of cable, so I don't think I'll be buying using cable card devices or anything anytime soon. What's a good program to rip DVDs to? You know, I'm probably the wrong person to ask about that, Brian. I would do some research on your own. All right, if I haven't answered your question, re-ask it. I'll do my best to answer them. Post your questions here. And again, find us over at corecarsnews.com down in the show notes down below. Let's see, I screw up. Netflix on the Fire Stick. What does show ESN mean? I wouldn't worry about that. Clearing the cache doesn't... If you restart your device, it clears the cache automatically, so that's not anything to worry about. I'm off the top of my head, I can't remember what a show ESN is. I wonder if it's a or show you your MAC address and stuff. If you need to get manually entered into like a hotel Wi-Fi system and so forth. How much longer will DirecTV Now offer a free Apple TV? There's been debates. Originally, they announced at the end of next month it would be ending. It's possible, though, it could end at any time because they've kind of come back and said, never mind, that could end any time or could be extended. So if you want the DirecTV Now Apple TV deal, I would get it as soon as possible because you never know when that would just suddenly up and vanish. So just keep that in mind. Why do DirecTV Now info Sunday Ticket limit it to 7 markets? Any plans to expand? DirecTV Now has not really said at all what their plans are there. And as best we can tell, there's no plans to expand to other markets. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. What apps has NBA? What streaming services has NBC Sports service? Pretty much all of them do. DirecTV Now, Sling TV, PlayStation View, I believe. Go to cordcuttersnews.com. At the top of cordcuttersnews.com, link in the show notes. It says Beginner's Guide to Cord Cutting. A little pop-up menu will come. One of the options there is how to watch cable networks without cable. And there you find an alphabetical list with all the networks and what services they're on. Gray Something says, are you ready to watch some Michigan football this weekend? Go Blue. Yeah, go Blue. I'll be watching it. I kind of half thought about, do I want to go to the game? I've never been to a game at Notre Dame. That would have been a lot of fun. But no, unfortunately, we'll be watching it on TV. But yes, I'm very excited. Yep, Robert's right. The Pac-12 network is on free preview for Sling TV. All Sling TV Blue and Sling TV Orange subscribers do get the Pac-12 network, I think, free this week. And I want to say next weekend, I believe also. Don't count me on that. Is there a Xfinity internet alternative? Probably your most likely alternative is a DSL provider from your phone company. Don't discount it. DSL is a lot better than it used to be in most markets, not all. So check that out. But shop around. Know what you're going to do. Stay-at-home dad says, Sling TV or YouTube TV, which is better? That depends on what you want. Which one has the channels? For instance, if you're a Pac-12 fan, Sling TV has the Pac-12 network where YouTube TV does not. But YouTube TV has the Big Ten network where Sling TV does not. So it really depends on which ones you want. Is DirecTV Now available in the UK? Nope, sadly not. But UK gets stuff that Americans don't get, like the BBC app and so forth. All right. Why doesn't Roku or Amazon have on-off buttons? Because they use such small amount of power. What they do actually do is if you go back to the home screen, you don't use it, they basically go to auto sleep. It allows a real quick instant relaunch, but it's basically the exact same thing as turning off your Roku, turning off your Sling TV. When is the next Roku system update? We don't know. They had their big spring update recently. Sometimes they do a fall one, but spring is usually the big OS update. But they will roll out smaller updates periodically throughout the year. I wonder if Sling TV will do the same for NFL Red Zone next month for a day. I'm trying to remember, did Sling TV offer any free trials or sneak peeks of the NFL Red Zone last year? I'm not sure. I wouldn't count on it. It is part of the Blue Sports add-on, so just keep that in mind. Will Amazon ever update the Cube to include multi-room or drop-in? I don't know. Amazon could add those features to their Echo, built-in Echo in the Cube, but they haven't said it. Is AT&T or Philo better? Again, that depends on which one you want. Each one has different channel lineups. I would say take a look at it. Go to CoreCardsNews.com. In the search block, type in Philo AT&T Watch. You find a side-by-side breakdown of the two services. Browser says, I recently cut the cord. Been a cord card for approximately 3 weeks now and love it. Hey, it's great. Welcome to the cord card family. Says, I switched to DirecTV Now and love it. I find your website to be very informative and wanted to say thanks. Hey, browser, thank you. I really appreciate those kind words. Tons of work goes into the site and it makes it all worth it. Teresa asks, are we going to be selling these mugs? Yes, I'm currently sold out, but we have the printers working on getting some more. Probably in the next week or two, we'll have a flood of these hitting the market. So keep an eye out for that. $10. We sell these for $10 plus shipping. All right, what is better, Amazon Echo or Google Home? I played with the Home a little bit. I have an Echo. I've kind of got stuck in the Echo ecosystem. I've been very, very happy with Echo. I intend to get a Google Home and test out soon. All right, about 5 more minutes. Get your questions in. I'll do my best to answer them. And again, there's tons of new people here. Hey, not a paid ad, just a really cool thing. So this used to be the hard drive that contained all of Cord Cutter's news. Every post I've ever made, every image I've had on the site, every podcast, every video I've ever edited was on this hard drive. It crashed this week without no warning, no issues. It just one day just said, nope, no longer working. Sorry, I've had enough of this world, and it stopped working. I plugged in a new hard drive and I turned on Carbonite, and Carbonite had all my files. It's restoring it like it's nothing. I tell you, folks, if you have important documents on your computer and you're like me, you work out of it, I recommend Carbonite. At least use like a Google Drive to store important documents in the cloud, or some other important way in the cloud. But I know a lot of people say, oh, I use a RAID. I have a backup hard drive in my home. That doesn't do a lot if your house burns down. This is the second time in the last 10 years of paying for Carbonite where Carbonite has saved me from a hard drive failure. So, not an ad. Just wanted to throw that out there. Maybe get you thinking a little bit about, hey, I have important stuff on my computer I don't want you to lose. Is that photos? Is that documents? Is that all kinds of stuff? Hey, whatever you want to do, however you want to back that up, back it up, but back it up outside your home. Tornado comes through, fire happens, somebody comes in and steals your computer. Highly recommend that you check that out. But yeah. Is Roku screen mirroring good enough for laptops? It works pretty well. It works with Windows 10 and so on. How do I order one of these coffee mugs? Right now we're sold out. We have more coming in. And keep an eye. I'll have a post coming up in the next week or two about how to order these. But it'll be from corecarsnews.com. We'll have a link over at corecarsnews.com. Any shows or movies you recommend to watch on Netflix? I just finished binge watching Last Chance U. If you're a football fan and you have not seen Last Chance U on Netflix, I highly recommend it. Check it out. Last Chance U on Netflix. I also, Dexter, the entire series of Dexter is on Netflix. Highly recommend you check that out too. Do I have a Facebook page or Facebook group? Yes, we have both. We have Cord Cutters News, a Facebook page, and then we have a cord cutting tech support page. If you go over to cordcuttersnews.com, link in the show notes down below, there's links, and every post at the bottom of the post, there's a links to both the Facebook page, the Facebook group, and our Twitter account. So over 41,000 people on our Facebook group, over 50,000 people on our Facebook page. Highly recommend you check out both. Dean says, when the Mediacom guy came to my place this afternoon to pick up my old TiVo box and modem, he told me more and more people are going internet only. Yeah, it really is. That's why you see places like Comcast, AT&T launching cord cutting services now to try to get cash in on them. Yes, Joe, you are correct. 52% of Netflix programming, that new Netflix program coming to the service, is Netflix originals. Yes, Core Cars News broke that story. We were the ones that first ran it. And yes, for the second month in a row, a majority of Netflix new content is Netflix originals. Anywhere on T-Mobile TV, nothing new. They just said by the end of this year they intend to launch it. So keep that in mind. What Carbonite level plan are you using, and what are the features of the higher plans? You know, I'm not really sure off the top of my head. I've had Carbonite now for 10 years, and twice it's restored my computer. Actually, twice it saved my computer. And another time, the great thing about Carbonite is if you buy a new computer, you can transfer all your content from one computer to the next using Carbonite. So it was really helpful that suddenly I didn't have to worry about like, oh, I got a new computer, I need to transfer all these files over, I need to move stuff. Carbonite did everything for me, and it put it all back in the exact same places and everything. And like when this hard drive failed, I just said, hey, Carbonite, I only want to restore everything on that particular drive, because I have multiple drives in this computer. I have a solid state drive that's the operating system, and then big fat storage drives, which I use for like videos and posts and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. It's not an ad. They've never paid me. They're not paying me to do it, but I just once again saw how great and how important it is. So keep that in mind. GMAS says, are you going to buy the new iPhone? Probably not. I'm not an iPhone guy. I'm an Android guy. I do intend to get the new Pixel. Had the Pixel for a long time, loved it, and then I accidentally broke it. and I got the S9, and the S9's great, but I prefer the Pixel better. As soon as that Pixel 3 comes out in about a month, I'm going to sell this, and I'm going to pick up a Pixel 3 when it comes out. Do I think Netflix is ever going to do live TV? They could, probably won't. They've kind of said that that is not where they intend to go. So many people are doing live TV, they seem to go from there. The new Pixel looks ugly. Tony, the new Pixel looks almost exactly like an iPhone. There's really no, I mean, it looks exactly like the new iPhone ones. So keep in mind. Do I know any legal live TV streaming services? Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, or Netflix, Hulu, excuse me, PlayStation Vue, Sling TV, Fubo, DirecTV Now, etc. So yes, there's tons of them out there. How much is Carbonite? Depends on the plan. Go to their website. It's like $50 or something, $100, something like that range. But it's for a full year. I'll probably get the Pixel 3 XL. I've had XLs. Ever since I got a Samsung like Note 4 or something like that. All right. Hustlemania says how what Hustlemania? Let me know. But yes, hey, last call for questions. Have like 2 minutes. Get your questions in, and let me know. How many phones do I have? I just have one. I just have an S9, and I like it. It's nice. It's just the Pixel has certain features I really love. One of the features I miss from my Pixel is Google's spam call filtering. So on a Pixel, if it's suspected spam, when it rings, your entire screen turns red and it says suspected spam call, and then I just didn't pick it up. There's other features there on the Pixel that I thought were just, I think stock Android is better now than the Samsung Android. Maybe they'll prove me wrong, but maybe I just got used to it. The S9 is pretty nice. How about the Note 9? I thought about the Note 9, but I think I'm going to go back to the Pixel because of the software. Do I do giveaways? Yes, GMS, you just missed out. Last week we ended a giveaway for a Roku TV, Sling TV stuff, and a Mohu antenna. So yeah, we do giveaways. We'll do another giveaway in October. Not sure the exact date of the giveaway, but we'll have to look at it from there. DirecTV Now does not have a customer service. Sometimes people try to pass around the DirecTV customer service phone number as the DirecTV Now one, and they can't really help you. But officially, DirecTV Now has no customer service phone number. All right, everybody, I think we're going to wrap this up, call it a day. Hey, thanks to everybody for your support. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We're working hard to really grow our YouTube channel. We're producing more and more content. Look for a lot of other new content to be coming to Core Cars News' YouTube channel here soon. Just keep that in mind. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss everything. Check out corecarsnews.com over at corecarsnews.com. You can find links to our Facebook and Twitter and everything over there too. Hey everybody, thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. Keep an eye out. We got some big stuff in the works. Until this weekend with our weekly recap show, take care. If you're in the United States, I hope you have a great holiday weekend. Enjoy your Labor Day. I will see you next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. And as always, I really do love these shows. It's great to hang out with everybody, and I really appreciate your support. We work hard. We do our best. We're not perfect, but we really appreciate your support as we do our best to give you the most and complete coverage of the world of cord cutting.